Darren Aronofsky's latest movie, Mother, stars Jessica Lawrence, Ed Harris, Javier Bardem, Michelle Pfeiffer, and a host of other people as well. It's a basic-ish kind of story about a man and a woman called Mother and Him. That's from the credits, not actually said in the movie. All the characters in the movie are left without names, and they live in this house that seems to be in the middle of nowhere. It's a fairly large house, kind of idyllic setting, and these are just a loving couple with a little bit of an age difference who just are living their life. We have Bardem's character, who is a writer, and we have Lawrence's character, who is just kind of the homemaker, making sure everything's sorted. And one day somebody stumbles onto their house. They think it's a hotel or that, but it's not. But Bardem allows them to stay in his house, and that is Ed Harris's character and Michelle Pfeiffer's, who are listed as man and woman in the credits. And with them moving into this household, it upsets the dynamic of the family, the dynamic that Lawrence and Bardem's character have. And it starts to sort of make them realise a few things about their relationship as they see this other relationship as well. And to go into more like the movie does, it would kind of spoil some aspects of it, although I don't know if this movie can wholly be spoiled going into it. In fact, it might be better if you had a little bit more information going into the movie itself. Lawrence's character seems to be extremely timid, unsure. She doesn't like change, she doesn't like things being different, she doesn't like anybody trampling around her house or disrespecting it, which people do tend to do quite a lot in this movie. They come in and they cause upheaval to her home that she spent so many hours arduously, painstakingly bringing back to life, restoring it from its dilapidated state. Bardem is a writer who is struggling to create. He's struggling to get the words down on the page to, as he says, bring life back into the house. And then we have Ed Harris's character, who is a man who is dying, wanted to meet his favourite writer, and is there with his wife, who kind of spurs on Harris's like worse elements. And the movie is very striking in the way that it's filmed. There's lots of handheld cameras, and it's lots of close-up behind Lawrence's head as she moves around this house, and it also creates this weird, strange feeling of weirdness. Well, it was weird, and just unease that the movie has. It leaves these wide open vistas behind her, whether it be leading into other rooms, where you're always kind of watching for something strange to appear. It has that strange, otherworldly feeling to it. It's just not quite right, and something's quite off-putting about the people that perpetrate this couple's life. In fact, Bardem's character himself seems a little bit strange unto himself. The fact that he sympathised most with Lawrence's character is kind of strange, because she's a kind of strange, subdued character who likes to be alone, who wants to be alone with her husband, who doesn't like this interference that is coming from the outside world as it etches into their environment. The music and the sound design is very pertinent to the movie as well. You've got all these almost like heartbeat repetitions throughout the score. It's very subdued. It can drop out the sound completely, and the house creaks and groans and moves depending on what's happening on screen. The second half of the movie moves into something a little bit more stranger, a little bit more symbolic, a little bit different. It gets very visceral, very strange, and can be very, very off-putting. It's a climax that I did not see coming, I did not expect, and it still is swimming around in my head right now. I had a very clear perception of what this movie was when it came out, and it's basically what I took into the movie and what I've took out. But reading up on it, there seems to be a very religious aspect to the movie as well, but still I can see that. But I like my interpretation a little bit more because it's suited to me, which I see as about relationships and the sort of breakdown and neurosis and things that happen in amongst that. It's a movie that's very deep with its symbolism, and this story isn't so much coherent because it wouldn't really make sense if you take it in face value. I think Mother's a very interesting movie. I don't think it's a movie that I'm going to go back to again. It was a very thrilling watch. Something that drew me into the story because I didn't know where anything was going. I didn't know what was going to happen next. Everything just had that kind of quirky weirdness about it that put me on edge watching the movie. But yeah, I don't see me going back to this one again and again. Still, it doesn't mean it was a bad watch. It was probably ideally watched in the cinema where it had my 100% attention. And even when I think about it now, I think there's some things that I liked, some things I didn't quite like about it, which is why I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5. But still, like I said, I don't think it's something that I'm going to go back to in a rush. Have you seen Mother? What did you think about it? How did you take the grand interpretation of it? Did you see it as a sort of biblical parable, or did you see it more as something else like I did? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.